What's good, YouTube? Eric here, Fitness Phenom, coming to you guys with another Calisthenics WOD. What we got? 10 rounds, 12 pull-ups, 15 push-ups. This might look a little familiar. I've done this a couple times. This is actually one of my first videos, one of my first calisthenic WODs that I posted. I think back in 2017 or 2018. I haven't done it since on video. So I decided to give it another go. Alright, so here we got 12 pull-ups, 15 push-ups, and as always, focusing on full range of motion on both movements, all the way down and all the way up. My main focus on this specific calisthenics workout was full extension on those pull-ups without the use of my legs or my lower body or my hips. Right, so if you notice, my arms, my lats are doing all of the work, essentially pulling up in a straight line, getting that chin over, and then getting that lockout in the bottom, which is why I broke them up pretty early, focusing a lot more on form as opposed to speed. 12 pull-ups done in that second round, and then same thing with the push-ups. Obviously, push-ups at 15 reps for me. This is more of a pull-up workout, but you still get that pump, you still get that blood flow, you still get that technical work with those 15 push-ups thrown in. So I'm at the Fort in New York City, down in Chelsea. So big shout out to the Fort. That's where I'm coaching at these days. So got this done actually right after my workout. I did some bench pressing. I did some front squatting. I got some shoulder presses in. Got some split squats in. So I had a full body workout. Finished off with a conditioning piece. And then after that, I should say I finished off with this calisthenics workout. So here I am on the third round, getting these pulls in. Again, notice the form. All the way up, all the way down, which I have all of my athletes do. If you are part of my team, Phenom Calisthenics, you guys know what I want to look for. This looks very familiar to you guys in regards to the form and what it is that I want to see. So full range of motion recruits the most amount of muscle fibers, which is going to allow you to get stronger, in addition to working and moving the way our bodies are intended to move. Not saying that partial range of motion doesn't have any benefits, but I prefer full range of motion. Partial range of motion has its benefits as well, but in this case, full range. So this is number 4, I believe. And if you watch the entirety of this video, you may notice I made a mistake. I'm not going to call myself out. I'm going to let you guys tell me where the error came in the comments below. Let me know what you guys saw, what you guys think, and I'll just leave it at that. So I'll see who really watched the entire video and who did not. So we're getting this money. This is round 405 here. I think it's number 4. Awesome. All the way up, all the way down. And for most of these calisthenic WODs, these calisthenic workouts, I do them as finishers, meaning I get my lifting session done beforehand or whatever it is that I'm working on, whether that be Olympic weightlifting or some bodybuilding work or some strength work, etc. I get that done first, and then I usually like to finish off with some type of calisthenics workout, some type of body weight workout, calisthenic endurance, maybe some type of circuit. I have a competition coming up in a little less than 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so a little less than 2 weeks now. The NCAA Lockout League. Shout out to Cinder Block for hosting that out in Brooklyn. So I'll be competing in that, which actually has some weighted pulls, some weighted dips, and you go straight into body weight pulls and body weight dips right after that. And if I'm not mistaken, also has some push-ups and squats as well. So something a little different, going from weighted immediately to unweighted. So that's something fun. It'll challenge your muscular endurance, your athleticism. And you guys know I love challenges. So here we are, getting these push-ups in. I don't know what round I'm on, but I'm getting it in nonetheless. So when I did this, if you compare it to the older video, I believe it was 2018. So if you compare it to the video in 2018, I did it much faster in 2018. However, sometimes you have to take a step back when it comes to intensity or when it comes to speed and focus on what's really important, right? And in this case, I am prioritizing my form, right? You can see my entire back. You can see those lats really working. I'm really getting that stretch in the bottom with that full range of motion that I mentioned earlier. Right, so again, focusing on that, focusing on form, not focusing on speed. That being said, there is some intensity involved in the workout. You don't want to just go super slow. In my case, I'm not going super slow per se, but the focus again is on form, is on that lockout, and not trying to necessarily beat my time. So even though I went slower, I prefer this version over the 2018 version just because it's much cleaner, which I prefer. I'm hitting that lockout, I'm hitting that full range of motion, and as a competitor, that is important. That's what judges want to see. So you have to train the way it is that you compete, or rather you want to compete the way it is that you train. Right, so I compete essentially all over the nation, a bunch of different states. So no matter what state or what type of competition or where the competition is at or who's hosting it, whether it be in Brooklyn, New York, or in Jersey, or out in Chicago, or out in LA and Cali, you want to leave no doubt when it comes to your reps. So it doesn't matter who's judging you, right? Every rep should look the same. And that's what I've been focusing on, especially over the past year or so. Really dialing in on that form and always looking to improve in regards to that. The numbers will come, the numbers will go, the numbers will fluctuate. But as long as you are doing these repetitions the right way, in my mind, that's what's most important. That's what's going to build muscle. That's what's going to help prevent injury. And that is what is going to allow you or give you longevity in the sport and in your fitness career and endeavors. 9 minutes in. So 10 rounds is a total of 120 pull-ups, 150 push-ups. The fastest I've done this was, I want to say 11 minutes and change. Back in 2018 in that video on YouTube, I did it in 11:59. We will see how long it takes in this video. So you can see the change in physique. I've put on some muscle, right? I'm a little more ripped, or a lot more ripped. I've upped the cardio intake, added in some runs into my workout, like back in my fighting days, back in my boxing days and MMA days. Good way to build aerobic capacity and just capacity in general. Good way to clear your mind as well. So if you haven't been running, or if you're not a runner, I encourage you guys to try it. Just another form of fitness, right? And just as you want to work those muscles, you want to work those lungs, but most importantly, you want to work that heart. So you want to be healthy, and again, longevity. That's one of the main reasons we do this outside of competition. Right, so I'm looking at my reps. I guess this is round, one of the later rounds, 8, 9, 10, maybe like 8. Yeah, I think this is round 8. I like how my form is looking. I like how my repetitions are looking, especially under fatigue. Heart rate's up, blood is flowing. You can see the pump, chest is pumped, back from those pulls, forearms from those pulls, but still able to maintain that form. And I will always be an ambassador for form and working to your body's full range of motion, no matter what the movement is. Back on these pulls. Also, one thing about pull-ups. The pull-up starts and ends at the bottom. Right, so if you notice my pulls, whether I'm jumping up or just grabbing onto the bar, I always start, there you go, off a dead hang. And then once I finish with my last rep, like so, I come back down to a dead hang. That's another thing I try to teach and convey to my athletes and my members. Starting off a dead hang, and just like that, finishing off with a dead hang. So if you guys watched the entirety of the video, if you noticed the error, let me know in the comments below. Finishing off these push-ups, 1225. Follow me on the gram, Fitness Phenom 21. Let's get it. Let's level up, guys.